Hi there, welcome back to a new video. I'm Lisa from It's Only Paper, and today I'm going to be working in this DIY journal that I made. It's a random journal of various Disney stories. None of them are in order, they're all from different times, and a lot of them are actually either old photos, originals like this, or they are just stories that I've just never told. So like I said, they're not in order. I quite like that feeling of just pick and choosing what I fancy and going through things. It's just really nice, a bit of a random journal. Anyway, today I am going to be doing some photos from the Moroccan pavilion in Epcot. My monthly kit this month is called Marrakesh, so I thought this one would be perfect. These are the kit papers. So yeah, I thought this would be really perfect. I've got these photos here that were taken, like I said, in the Moroccan pavilion, and that one's from the same evening as well. So I thought I would do a page. I've picked out, which page? I've picked out my page already. Where was it? And it was a red paper, this one here. These are the ones I'm going to use, and there's no particular story to these actually. It's just a pavilion I've always really liked, and I just thought I would pop these in my journal, as I've never ever scrapbooked with these photos.
I was also going to talk a little bit about colour today as well, so we'll be discussing that. Firstly though, photos. So these are like from, I think 2014 it says on the photo. And when you're printing off a random journal, or when you're working in a random journal I should say, you get photos from all different times of the year, different years and all that. So I find it really helpful with my trip vlogs to keep them in order. It's the first thing we do when we get home. We have folders for our photos, and Aid uploads them all. He's really good. He does our mobile phones, and he does our cameras, he does the GoPro, everything, and it all goes into like trip, goes into the year, the trip, and then months as well. So everything is in order and easy for us to find. So me thinking, right, I want these Moroccan photos. My kit this month is Moroccan theme. I love that pavilion. So I just went straight to my photos and found the photos within seconds really, and then just printed them off on my selfie printer. So it was really easy. It's a question I get asked quite a lot about retelling stories, access to photos, printing photos and all that kind of thing. Although I am using free prints these days, times like this when I think, oh, I really fancy documenting a certain time, a certain trip, I can go straight to my folders and easily find photos. So I highly recommend keeping your photos organized, and if you don't know where to start from now. Don't worry about going back too much. You can eventually do that, but start from now and work your way back almost as you have time. You'll be really grateful that you've done that. So I'm using some of the kit papers here. I am in love with this theme this month. I can't remember, I was going to go with a different theme. I think that theme might be coming up next month actually. I haven't sort of got rid of it altogether, but I had an email from TUI about really cheap holidays, and then I started looking at them, and then I saw this trip to Morocco and I was so tempted to book it. It's something that we were discussing with friends, and friends were actually thinking about Morocco as well, Marrakesh area, and so I think it might be maybe something that we do with them next year. And then it just got me thinking, I just love the whole vibe, the Moroccan vibe. I love the colours. I love the food. I love all the textures, the fabrics. I love that kind of like vintage look that they have. You know, like when you, like the souks, the old towns, the doorways, the crockery. To me, it's just beautiful. I'm in love with it. I absolutely love it. So that's what inspired this kit this month. So there's lots of natural colours like this envelope I'm using. There's lots of real strong earthy colours, lots of colours to contrast. The reds, the oranges, the turquoises, the yellows. I just think they're all beautiful, and they just all contrast so well together. So you've got lots of that featuring in this kit, lots of texture. And so to add to the texture, I'm tearing pages. I love that look. And then just layering up bits and pieces here. As usual, I'm not great at filming in shot. When I get carried away, I kind of go into a little zone sometimes and I forget that I'm not totally in camera. So apologies for that. I wanted to have quite a few little pockets and sort of tucky way bits, which I really like doing. So that's what I'm working on here, just so I can pull out bits and pieces. Like I said, I'm not telling any particular story. You don't always have a proper story to tell, but I've never documented this area. I really love this area. So the idea being then that I can add to this page. So we watched some belly dancing there actually just this month, Aid and I. It was so cool. We've never seen a live act in Morocco in Epcot before. So I'll probably take a photo from that, add that to this page. And I've left quite a few blank bits. So it is one of those that I can go back, or if I find photos from previous trips as well, I can then just easily add them. And because there's pockets, I could even add new little tags and things to tuck behind. I'm just cutting up the embellishment postcard here. This is going to feature quite heavily on this page. I'm going to use up quite a lot of this. If you are a kit subscriber, you also get a link to download the bits. It's one of the downloads. And I printed off one onto vellum the other day and used it on a page. If you didn't see that, I'll leave the link below to that video. It worked so well. I was so pleased with it. It was just something a little bit different to do. All the kits get washi, so I'm just adding a little bit of washi. I've got the reverse of the little strip here that I cut out, and I really quite like the white in contrast with the craft envelope, but I just felt like it needed something to finish it, so I'm adding some of the washi. The washi all varies, again, all kind of like earthy, lovely colours to complement the kit this month. And I love a skinny washi tape. I just think they work really well. It's just something that's really easy to add to a page and makes a difference. So this is an envelope. I'm using it as a pocket and a flip page there. I quite like it when it's a completely different size to the page. I think that's really cool. So let's talk more about colour and how it makes you feel. To me, colour is really important. It's not just something that I'll pick a paper and there it is on the page. There's a lot of thought that goes behind it, and the colour for me needs to kind of like match the photos, match the theme, but it's also really important with how it makes me feel. For example, I don't feel a connection with any lilacs or purples. It's quite difficult because I design my kits around the feelings that I have about the theme. And sometimes, like next month, we do have one that features lilac and purple, because obviously I can't always have something that is my favourite. I have to include things for other people. But I do often feel very connected with colours. So these colours here, they just give me that vibe of being abroad, going to like a faraway land. I can sense the smells of the food and the music and all that kind of thing. It just gives me a real feeling. I just feel that I get quite a connection with colours. I'm automatically drawn always to like teals, yellows, pinks, greens. I love those colours. But I tend to steer away, like I said, from a lot of pastels, definitely the lilacs and purples, and lots of dark colours. I'm not one for dark. I prefer the lighter, vibrant colours. And I can tell by when I wear clothes as well that the colours really play a big part of how I feel that day. So when I pick out what I'm going to wear that day, it will often reflect upon my mood. But the colours that I'm wearing can change that mood as well. So I find that I'm the same with things in the home, when I'm creating. It all has a real impact on my mood. So most of my pages are really colourful, but I find it really uplifting. So I don't know if you can identify with that. Does that sound right for you? Do you prefer using bright colours, or do you find using like more naturals, more neutrals very calming for you? Again, it has a difference on how a colour makes you feel. So I'd be interested to know if you're kind of like pushed towards certain colours and how they make you feel as well. So I'm using more of the kit here. I thought that would be quite cool, and again it gives us that feeling of being overseas. And I'm using some torn up book pages here as well to my page. Lots and lots of layers. I kind of felt that with the Moroccan theme as well. Lots of layers, whether it be like the clothing that people wear, very floaty clothing, very colourful clothing. When you look at like pictures of the markets, the souks as well, they're very colourful, lots and lots of layers. very vibrant. So I wanted that all to reflect on my page here as well. So again, I'm using bits and pieces here from the embellishment postcard to point towards the pulley out bit. And I love a paper with lots and lots of wording. I love cutting bits out. So I'm going to town on this now. There's quite a few words to cut out. So I'm just going to embellish my page with all the wording. I think it will look really fun. And you don't always then feel that you need to add loads of journaling as well. You can have lots of the words, little word strips on your page, the things that are in view, but then you can have your journaling hidden, which I quite like doing sometimes. So I'm just going to continue adding lots and lots of wording here. I love how I cut up the postcard. I don't know if you saw that, the one with the leaves. It's the freebie postcard that I painted for all kit subscribers this month. And I don't know about you, but I tend to get quite a collection of postcards and I don't always use them. I just keep them. So I'm challenging myself lately to use postcards, whether that be use them as a flip. You could even stick a photo on one side, or like here, I've cut out the leaves from the postcard, just creating a little flip here with one of the little strips from the papers, stapled it on, and I'm going to use that there. I realised though it was a little bit too big, so I had to trim it down. But I also ended up tearing the wording from the postcard and using that as well. But I think I want to get through using postcards, as I do have a lot of them.
So I'm now going to do something with this little sticker. I had the idea of popping it down onto here, grabbing my paper piercer and just going all the way around the outside and then sewing around the outside to add some colour. But I also thought the texture would be really nice on this journal page. I'm really happy. These are different colours to what I would usually use, but it actually feels like a kind of like warm, cozy page. There you go. You can just see those through there. And I had visions of having it kind of like sticking out like that. I thought that would look really nice. I've also got this here as well that I wanted to add. I might actually tear that like that and add that. I'm not sure where at the moment. I quite like the idea actually of popping it there. I think I will do that. Completely pulled this postcard to bits actually, haven't I? There. I quite like that idea. I find that this park is one of those parks that quite often does kind of like relax, recharge and refresh me. I like that. Right, I'm going to go have a cup of tea and sew on here, and I will be back with you tomorrow. I may well even add, oh, I like that, some of these bits. Nothing quite like a bit of book page to add here and there. I do think this needs sticking down a little bit more. Let's take that off there. I think I might have to do some double-sided tape. I've popped this on here for now as well. Oh, I might pop that under there. I find that when I've got little bits of like paper here and there, it's just really fun to add. It's a really good way of adding little layers. Do I want any more? Just pop that there. And any little bits and pieces I will happily add here and there. Take that off and pop that at the top. Just a little way of adding some more colour. There, I should add the date to this page actually. I haven't done that. I might well do that tomorrow now because it's getting quite late here. Ooh, I like that. That looks really good. There we go. Perfect. And that can still slide in there. Loving that. Right, I am going to call it a night. I think I'm going to do some green around the outside. I think that will look really nice. See you in the morning. So the next day I've gone in, I've added my journaling. I've also added a few alphabet stickers. I find that makes a big difference. I've got 2014, I've added Epcot there, and I've added fun there as well. I've just been like filling out the journaling, and I'm going to add another little tab over here. I think these little tabs are really cute actually. I like how they look. Just going to pop a small one on there. It kind of matches the others then as well. I haven't added loads of journaling. I did actually think, because I've got quite a lot of photos in this area from over the years, so I'm actually going to go through some photos I think and find some others and add those as well, because we really do like this area in Morocco. There, so we've got the page like that. This then flips. And then we've got a little pulley out which I can add to there. I trimmed the postcard down. And then on this side we've got journaling there. And then we've also got this that pulls out as well, a couple more photos. So there, and I've put that these quiet moments are always the moments that we remember. You can have so many crazy times in Disney, but it's actually, we find the times when you stop and just relax and sit and chat or wander, they're the times we remember. So that's my page. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed this process as well. I will leave the link to the kit below. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.